More than 75 tons of fireworks seized in a California city. Younger Americans say they'll do anything to, from downsizing to buying a fixer-upper just to afford a home. Got news for you there. Millennials are hungry for homes, but high rates are keeping them from buying it. I get it. Totally get it. And then what you get for $2 million and what you get for $1 million in Santa Clara County, as well as just the 12 county Bay Area months of inventory versus consumption. Let's get moving here. Mortgage rates today are 7.06 or 7.27 for a jumbo. That is unquoted. That's non-qualified. That means you have to go to a broker. Don't go to a bank, go to a broker and ask them what you actually qualify for and how many points. Because if you put points into it, your rates could be lower, etc. And you can get the seller to help pay with that. There's ways that we help you with that. Just remember, there's always ways around from getting a house or to getting a house. It's what we do. We understand the ways, the ethical ways to get you into a house. So let's talk about fireworks. 4th of July is right around the corner. La Colina Park finally got mowed. There were grass up to my waist, and the squirrels were loving it. But now, because it's a fire hazard, that got mowed down yesterday. Thank the universe. That's awesome. Appreciate it. They did do the best job. Maybe they'll do another one today. And then there were 2 fires today. Yesterday. There was one down by Santa Teresa Park on the Morgan Hill side, and then over by Communication Hill. Yeah, so walking around the park wasn't all that great because of the smoke and the air quality. And did you know yesterday San Jose Parks and Recs had a fun event at La Colina? No, neither did I, because their advertising sucks and they need to be a little bit more proactive about telling neighborhoods about what's going on. Don't come back at me and say, well, it was on the website, because nobody goes to your website. You have to tell people. It's called advertising. Let the people know. Okay. Authorities seized more than 75 tons, $7 to $10 million worth of fireworks. And guess what? There are also illegal bombs that they made too. 32 tons of fireworks were seized. Yeah. Alejandro Rodriguez, Natalie Navarro, and Daniel Godino were arrested on suspicion of possession of explosives and various weapons charges. There was over 2,000 illegal destructive devices and 10 pounds of bulk homemade explosives valued at over between $7 to $10 million. And guess where it was? ATF was involved. Guess where it was? Gardena. I just wanted to make sure that we understand exactly where Gardena is. Gardena is, right here, this little town right here. But guess where it's next to? Compton. Boy, I tell you, I'm not scaring or redlining at all. No, not redlining it. Look at that. It's a red line right there. All right. Enough of that. Younger Americans say they do anything from downsizing to buying a fixer-upper. Now, downsizing, I'm like, that's what old people do when they have a big house, their kids are empty nested, and you move into a smaller house. Well, they rent a house or they have a bigger apartment, and then they have to buy a smaller house. If you have a 1,500 square foot apartment, yeah, guess what? You're going to be able to afford an 1,100 square foot house. But, guys, here's the thing. That's life. I don't know why this is news, right? We did it. We could barely afford it. We scooched in at $226,000 and bought our first house. And you know what? It was a good investment for us because we knew the values were going to continue to increase. And then when we were there, you're like, Vito, it was only 225. Well, yeah, but we weren't making that much money back then. We were broke. I had shitty credit. I had everything against me. We did an 80-15-5. We had 5% down. It took us years to scrape together 5% to put a down payment. And our interest rates were horrible. We figured it out. We just figured it out. I know it's tough, and I laugh at the $2 million. Here's the thing. You don't need to buy a $2 million house. You can buy something under $1 million. You still can buy something under $1 million, guys, right? You don't have to make it the first house be a baller house hanging out with MTV Cribs, right? You don't. You just buy a house and then fix it up. And that's what this article is doing. You know what? It's the trophy generation. I get it. I have 3 of them that are in that generation, and they're expecting everything to work perfectly. You know, my daughter just bought a beetle, a bug, and it's used. So you need to put money into it to make it work better, period. That's what happens when you buy a used car, right? It's the same thing when you buy a used house. You need to make it better. Now, luckily, we bought this at like $700,000, which was stupid expensive then. We figured out how to do it, and we couldn't even afford to buy furniture. And we had a kid, and then the universe blessed us with twins, and then we had to figure out how to put air conditioning in. We had to figure out how to do all this stuff, and we struggled through it, and eventually we could afford some furniture. So instead of just sitting on the ground in our family room, we actually bought some furniture, and it's not the best furniture, but I don't care because they're kids. They're going to destroy it anyway. Point is, life's a struggle. We're not going to give you anything. It's the pursuit of happiness that makes life amazing. Millennials are hungry for homes, but high rates are keeping them from buying. I get it. Guys, listen, there's a house for everybody. You might have to go to Central Valley. You might have to go down to Hollister. It's nothing new. This was being done in the 90s and the 80s. People are like, I can't afford to buy this house here. So we go down, and everybody laughed at us. We bought a house in East Side San Jose, and we come from West Side, right? And everybody laughed at us. They were like, oh, you live in bumfuck Egypt and everything like that. And we're like, yeah, but we bought a house. You're still renting. So, and years later, we sold that house, never took a dime of equity out, moved into this house that we're living in, and we're slowly and surely enjoying the life of those struggles. It takes time. Nothing's going to come to you right away. So understand that that's how this thing goes. You can watch these articles. They're here in my blog. You're absolutely welcome to it. The links are down in the description. So go take a look. And if you have any questions, comments, or you think I'm full of crap, please let me know. Love to talk to you about it. What you get for $2 million? Mountain View. You can buy a house in Mountain View. This is just brand new on the market. So don't expect it to, it's 28 days on market. But again, why I did it is because I picked close to Castro Street. This is a nice older home, right? Built in 1955, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,361 square feet, and it's nicely updated. I love, look, paint the frickin', you move in something like this, if you can afford $2 million, paint the fricking wood, paint the cabinets, tear down this old ass tile, but keep the countertops, guys. You don't understand how valuable granite wall countertops are. Oh, but I like the plastic quartz. It's white and bright, and I get it. Put white, bright subway tiles on this, and it'll look 1,000 times better. There you go. Anyway, I understand here. Look, this is when you look at houses like this, you're like, oh, this is a small house. Yeah, it's a small house. That's what you get for $2 million in Mountain View in Silicon Valley. It's part of life, right? What you can get it for $1 million is this guy right here with a gated house and chain link fence, right? Is it the best area? No, it's not the best area, but you know what? It's not gang ridden, right? Detached garage. It's an older house. It has solar. You're gonna have to scrape the popcorn. It has the same old ass flooring. Whatever is going on with this, I don't get that. Ooh, that's a little tight. I would have Yeah, that looks, I don't know. That's like an after. Oh, you know what? Look at that. There's two refrigerators there. Guys, get rid of the freaking second refrigerator. You're selling a freaking house. You're selling real estate, not fucking freaking refrigerators. Poor staging right here. I can bet you that this thing's been on market for a while, right? Yeah, this is too busy for this. That's like wearing striped pants and plaid shirt. Guys, don't do it. Oh man, that's an REWTF bathroom right there. That would drive me nuts. I couldn't. Holy. Uh, okay, I'm taking a snap of that. REWTF faux shizzle. All right. Okay, so two bedroom, two bath, 1,257 square foot, 959, 3 days on market. There you go. And guys, I understand that you're not going to get a perfect house. There's a little shed there. There's a detached garage. This is not going to be perfect in any way, shape, or form. Looks like they converted the garage, or oh yeah, that's a shed, an ADU. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Oh, look at that. Let's take a look at that. What the hell's going on there? That's some broken afterthought counter going on right there. That's somebody else's problem. Ooh. Okay. If you're renting a house, I get it. This is kind of like a partition wall or whatever, but you don't need to have that. You don't. That's just ridiculous. Okay, enough of that. Ooh. This episode was brought to you by the Home Inspection Checklist. If you're thinking about selling or thinking about making your honey-do list longer, sign up for this. It tells you everything that an inspector will go through. This is not a substitute for a home inspection. A home inspection is going to cost you about $700 to $1,000. You don't want to go through and mark down every little thing that's wrong with your house, have somebody else do it, and you're giving it a little bit of arm's length distance from your liability. But this allows you to go through and fix stuff that's around your house. Check it out and understand what people are looking for, what buyers are looking for, what home inspectors are looking for before you put your house on market. Get that stuff fixed and do disclose it. Absolutely disclose it, but have it fixed up, because people want turnkey. Unless you sell a house like that $1 million house. Ooh, that was awesome. Show and stream. Wow, that was awesome. Nothing's really going on in inventory. It's still low. We're still about 50% of where we need to be for a balanced market. So it's still a seller's market. And I apologize for having to tell you that. And it's all across the Bay Area except for Napa. Napa's still sucking wind. You can get a house in Napa for about 98 cents on the dollar versus about $1.08 in Santa Clara, $1.08 per dollar. So the listing price is over on average, or the sales prices are on average more expensive in Santa Clara than the list price. So understand what you're going into when you buy a house, unless the house has been on market 45 days, right? 28 days. 3 days, that one could sell. We just don't know. And same thing with all the cities. There's nothing that's out of the ordinary. So the market's doing great. That's it for now. There's a beer batter game at San Jose Giants today. They're playing Fresno something. I went on Monday. They won 7-2 or 3 or something like that. It was kind of a boring game, but today it'll be kind of fun. Going with a bunch of neighbors, and we're going to go to Lazy Dog and then go see the game and make a day out of it. But also Campbell Classic Car Show, 2nd annual. Be there Saturday. See if you see me, say hi. I'm Vito with Abitano. Have a great weekend. We'll see you out there.